Hey y'all, I'm Amy, aka the Piscean Seer, and this is one of your daily collective messages. Like, and subscribe if you get anything out of this. Thank you so very much to those of you who do like, subscribe, and comment. Okay, it is always and forever going to be loved and appreciated, like really and truly. Okay, I really love and appreciate every single little thing that you do, even if you just watch and hate. Okay, so God, archangels, ancestors, ascended masters, cosmic guides, all beings of the highest and purest white light with the best interest of me and the collective at heart. You are always and forever welcome into my readings. Okay, please give my wonderful, fabulous, and amazing Piscean Seer family the best and most accurate information for them at this time. Okay, top of the morning to you, beautiful star seers. Okay, this is a Hermes reading. So, the only note that I got is diamond. Okay, that's it. So, I looked up. Well, when I Googled esoteric, diamond, the esoteric meaning, I mean to say, okay, I got that the ancient Egyptians believed that diamonds represented the sun and were a symbol of power and courage and truth. Diamonds also represent like faithfulness, purity, innocence. And they talk all the time about us stepping into this diamond consciousness, or, it's more like crystalline grid energy, okay? And then, excuse me, we got strength, fortitude, and courage. That's what the diamond also represents. And then in Buddhism, it says it is the scepter of initiates and adepts, and is the symbol. It says, so it is the scepter of initiates and adepts, and is the symbol possession of all siddhis, the highest spiritual powers. Okay, so siddhi refers to the acquisition of supernatural powers by psychic or magical means. Okay, because what are we doing if we're not talking about awesome shit like this? It says, including clairvoyance, levitation, biolocation and astral projection, materialization, and having access to memories from past lives. Okay. When I looked into the diamond sacred geometry meaning, it said that it represents a journey to a higher understanding, talking about like the points symbolically resembling purity and perfection. I don't know why I'm getting all tongue-tied. It says the points also interpret as a peak of intellectual knowledge. Diamond shape translate to clarity and enlightenment, So you're definitely in this beautiful diamond type of energy, really exercising your power properly, standing in your courage, and like just giving out the truest version of yourself, or this is something you're coming more into, maybe coming more into the different clairs that you hold, and getting more into the astral parts of things, really looking into all of the different things that you were able to do in your past lives. Or he's saying more like your guides are bringing all of this dope stuff you could do to your attention, to your awareness, to make you very aware of your power, very aware of your ability to tap into the crystalline grid, and to really take on any qualities of any crystals that catch your attention, is what he's saying, because at the end of the day, that's all a diamond is. It's just a crystal, and it ain't the most expensive one. It isn't the most precious stone like everyone makes it seem, but the diamond definitely attracts lots of people because of the things that it represents, like if you look at the way that a diamond is made, made under so much pressure, and then even after it's relieved, he's saying even after it's like excavated from its cave or whatever, it still has a long way to go before it becomes that beautiful, shiny diamond that everyone's so attracted to, and that everyone's so called to, like, adorn their bodies with. And I think that your energy is definitely the same way. It's like, yes, you've been removed from the cave, from the darkness, and the pressure has made you the beautiful crystal that you are. And still spirits, like, they're showing me, like, they're like fouling and buffing and getting you together so you can look like the beautiful shiny diamond that you are. So I love that. What's the overall energy? Look at this. Oh, it wasn't. It was down there though. I seen something. It was this. Okay, the 10th house with career and success. I feel like, and then we got mind and speech, and then we got Leo with the extrovert. So you could be a very extroverted type of energy, even if it's just sometimes. I feel like you can be very social, very beautiful, like the energy of the diamond. I love that too. What else? What's the overall energy? So we got the Cancer, or Cancer with the caring. I feel like you could have a very tough exterior, but it makes a lot of sense because you were produced the way that a diamond is produced. You have been through so much, been through so many different moments where the pressure was really put on you, but you have come out of that. So Hermes is saying, like, don't be afraid to, like, reveal the softest, most beautiful parts of you, because at the end of the day, that's what all of the shaving and buffering is for, right? To get to the most beautiful parts. So express those parts, show those parts to the world. Okay, we got dreams and spirit, and we got tension and opposites. You get definitely still be having a little bit of tension going on in your life, but spirit wants you to really just focus on them and focus on your dreams with this Neptune energy. Focus on what it is that you want to accomplish with spirit. Focus on the way that you work with spirit. Don't be afraid to get into that beautiful Pisces energy and be the dreamer, and never be afraid to express your mind or to speak how you truly feel. I don't feel like you really jump down people's throats. I feel like you're a very compassionate type of energy. And Hermes is saying, although that has been one of your faults I said in the past though, although that has been one of your faults, walking down this path, that is now one of the strongest things that you have going for you. So don't be afraid to exercise the strength that is compassion within you. I love how Hermes talks. He says the best things, okay? Let's see. Let me find it. Here it is. So it says, the soul is nurtured by which makes it happy, okay? That is a quote by Augustinus, whoever that is. Okay, so the element of Cancer is water, of course, and the ruling planet of Cancer is the moon. So I think that there's a lot of growth when it comes to your emotions, or maybe you need to make a little bit more progress with this. Okay, the ruling house of Cancer is the fourth house, which corresponds to home and family life. So maybe that's where you're really focused on, or that's where you focusing on that a lot more will help you to, like, balance out your emotions. Because there's nothing, there's he's saying, like, there's no better school or no better place to learn, like, those little lessons of the day that are like golden. They're big, big, huge lessons, but you learn it from the tiniest situation with, like, your kids or your parents, or whoever you might be around. So pay attention to those moments where you get to put a little bit more feeling into your life, because the principle of the house of Cancer is I feel, or the sign of Cancer. So it says this star sign is the most maternal in the zodiac. It is the sign which represents the effect of the moon. That is the flowing of feeling, sensitivity, but also moodiness. As the ruler of Cancer, Cancerians are usually really sensitive people who rely on their feelings and intuition in order to find their way in life. And this is what Hermes is saying. This is the best way to do it. Because though you run into, like, the sticky situations and the sticky moments, you really get the chance to enjoy the journey when you're putting all of your feelings and things into it. I mean, not like in a negative way, like in a very positive way. Like, now that you have gotten your emotional state to this place, you need to learn how to exercise it for, like, the tool that it is. Okay, it says They act in a motherly and protective way for their family and environment, okay? It says their traits are compassionate, caring, sensitive, and emotional, The Cancer archetype is motherly, emotional, caring, and nurturing. It says their sunny side is the compassionate, nurturing, intuitive ability, the creative, the intuitive, the feeling, the power of imagination, creativity, security, and warm heartedness, But their shadow side is melancholic, moody, changeable, forgetting themselves, too caring, too dreamy, extreme withdrawal and sensitivity, So Hermes is saying, like, don't let the things that you've been through or the pressures that you experienced of the past come back to like bite you in the ass, like try to stay as far away from melancholic, moody, forgetfulness of the self type of energy as you can, Honestly, I don't feel like there's such a thing as being too dreamy, but he's saying like when you get to the place where you're just imagining, in order to get away from what it is that you want and not really using your imagination for something more constructive, like manifesting, for example, then that's when it becomes a little bit of a problem. So just like, continue to check in with yourself and stay on top of your shit. So it says lessons for Cancer: feelings are like waves in the ocean, subject to phases, intuition as a compass, becoming independent and becoming more rational and attaining mental equilibrium. Okay, so talking about like just balancing all of that beautiful emotional energy that you have going on within you, because I mean, you don't have to be a Cancer, but you could be a Cancer or have it highly aspected in your chart, but you really just don't have to for this to apply to you. I just feel like this is where you're in that loving, compassionate energy, and spirit wants you to like balance that out with your intellectual energies, because Hermes is all about like philosophy and, learning and, seeing the beauty of life. So of course he's always willing to dip into that emotional, compassionate type of energy, because in order to even, stomach poetry, you have to be there. You have to be a little bit deeper. So I think you're there. You can even really have a thing for poetry or just beautiful words. And I feel you, okay? But he's just saying to put a little bit more intellectual feeling in there. He's saying like taking on compassionate thinking, okay? So focusing on like merging the two things together, okay? This is what they're working with you on in a major way right now. I'm so sick of gnats, okay? I just slapped the shit out that gnat. So it says, when you draw this card, it could possibly represent a feeling of home, the mother or maternal person. Maybe this card, in the more narrow sense of the word, has to do with an issue from childhood. In that it is about care, security, or protection. You could be a little overprotective of yourself, just of your feeling at this time, It says, but this card can also indicate that you are in a situation in which you should trust your intuition and your dreams, okay? And you may allow your feelings to flow like water. Like there's just such a huge energy of like, it's okay? So it says, as a person card in a reading, it represents you. If you were born with the sun in Cancer, or a person who is very motherly and nurturing, and more specifically your mother or even grandmother or a mother to be. Additionally, in a reading, it can concern a person who might be in a caregiving capacity and who is very concerned about the well-being of others, but might be forgetting themselves in the process. So, be very careful with that, And then I like how Leo comes after Cancer, and Leos can be very confident, and they really take care of themselves well, when they're in their, highest energy. So, do a little bit of that. Do a little bit of showing me like a cat licking themselves. Okay. Do a little bit of self care for yourself. It says mastering others requires strength, but mastering oneself requires true power, and I think that you definitely hold and possess this power, like you have this compassionate energy of the water, but the like explosive passion of the fire, and he just wants you to put that all together with the air and just really do your best work, or do your best thing that you came to do in this life. I'm getting such an inspiring energy from him. Like, I feel like I can do anything right now. And I think that this is kind of where he wants you to be also. Embrace the changes that you could be going through and get into that mood where you want to celebrate life, get inspired, and do whatever it is you're inspired to do. So we got Archangel Gabriel, or Gabriel in this deck. It says, I invite Archangel Gabriel into my life to bring hope, intuition. Okay, hope and intuition, but I read it all backwards and weird. I don't know why. We got the spark of the divine. It says, I reignite the divine spark within me and recognize I am a part of all creation. Okay, and then we got your own path. Okay. So it says, I follow my own unique path with courage and strength. Definitely with this Cancer energy, it was talking all about, like that nurturing, that mothering. You could definitely be someone who doesn't feel like you're that close to your mother, or maybe you didn't get that mothering nurturing that you feel like you need, but Hermes is saying there's always the mothering of yourself. Okay. I know it sucks and, to be dealt that kind of hand, but at the end of the day, like, I'm really hearing like God is your mother. Okay. God will take care of you and really get you right to where you need to be. But you're already overflowing with this amazing energy of abundance, like you really did. You could be, okay, I'm hearing like you could be expecting, and maybe you weren't that close to your mother, so maybe you feel like you would be a bad mother or something, and Hermes is saying like, that's outrageous, baby. You're going to be an amazing mother. And there's no right or wrong way to do it. All you have to do is love that baby unconditionally. And he's saying like, don't go out of your way to like do the things. Like, don't raise them how you wish your mother would have raised you. Raise them the way you feel in your heart intuitively called to raise them, okay? So just a little side note for somebody. What else? I seen Archangel Micheal. So you're so protected at this time. Like, really trust your own path. Like, don't feel the need to have to like do the things that other people do. Like, you're on your own path. The divine sparks within you in a very unique way. Okay. So follow that. Follow the spark of you, and try to keep this balance going on for yourself. What is this? The 7 of Cups, I feel like as long as you're in balance, there will always be options open for you. You will always have the most optimal choices for yourself, okay? And then we got the 3 of Scrolls with setting your course. You really have done a great job of setting your course, and things really are coming into you on this journey. We got this energy of the rainbow, which is giving me that Antakarana bridge type of energy. Very strong Antakarana bridge, a very strong connection with spirit. And that could be why your moon energies are very high, because you need a high level of compassion, a high level of emotion, in order to communicate with spirit, and so this is why Hermes is saying just balance it out, like temper it with your air and fire energy so that it's not so much on you, because y'all be seeing me crying all the time because I can cry at the drop of a dime. But I have always been like this. I have always been very emotional ever since I was a little child. Okay, people hated it. And that's so what, I will cry, and I don't care who right there. I'm gonna cry if I feel like crying, But with this 5 of Roses energy, Like, that's that Five of Pentacles energy, and I think this is like the most interesting Five of Pentacles ever, because it's this lush green garden with these two little kids, just playing, exploring out in the yard, like you really are in a more peaceful place where you're able to explore, able to learn as much as you can, where your wishes are being fulfilled and you're attracting what it is that you really truly need, babes. I promise, even if it doesn't look like it, because a lot of times with spirit, it don't look like it. You're just like, where, God? Like, where is it? I'm doing my best, but continue to do your best and be patient with it. Everything's on divine time, okay? What else? The Queen of Forces, and they're waiting for you to accomplish this balance between the sun and the moon. Like, she's standing, the Queen of Forces is balanced, with the sun and the moon energies, but she's also standing in water. Like, this is where you're comfortable. This element, this emotional energy that you hold, it is a tool, baby. You got to learn how to wield that shit. And you have to learn how to turn it off. Which is sometimes easier said than done, like once I start crying, like sometimes I cry, like if I start crying and there is really, really something wrong with me, like I cannot stop crying. Even if I want to stop crying, like I will just cry and cry and cry until my body is done crying. Okay. And you could be a lot like this, Hermes is saying you have to get a handle on it though, or address whatever it is within you that makes your emotions something that can get out of your control sometimes, And then we got the Six of Scrolls, okay, or this Six of Wands energy, and I was talking about that divine time, and look how he's just like standing here with his sleeves rolled up, he's like, it's like he's ready to get into this. He's ready to, like receive his public recognition or whatever, but he's waiting on the perfect time. He's waiting for like that last grain of sand to fall in that hourglass, But I'm sure it would go a lot quicker if he wasn't standing right there, And it's so funny because he has like this scroll in his hand and this entire basket of scrolls. He has all of the information that he needs. He's totally prepared for the future that spirit has set up for him. And the sun is even rising in the background through the window, It's like he puts his divine time on a pedestal also. So Hermes is saying it's okay to pedestalize the idea of divine time. Like, revel in it. You know what I mean? Like, celebrate divine time, and divine time will work a lot faster for you because that's the way the universe works. You understand, you're accepting, you're being patient, and you're not being overly emotional or, making irrational moves or irrational steps because you're impatient, So just be very aware of that. Your will, wisdom, and your mind are very strong at this time. And you need to use them, Then we got the water, the fire, and the three legs representing that earth energy, and the crown, which is giving the air energy, Like, you are meant to master all of these beautiful elements within yourself. And that's when you're going to get that, public recognition or that public boost. And I think also the Six of Scrolls points at like the fact that people do really recognize you. They recognize the balance that you're trying to achieve and the way that you have already, made so many steps toward progress. I mean, I'm very proud of you all the time, I'm always going to tell you that. Okay, baby, I'm so proud of you. I love you. You're doing great. And don't let anybody tell you anything else, What else? There's one more. Hold up. Okay, so it was the Two of Forces that came out, or the Two of Cups, okay, right next to this willow tree. I just looked at the tablet, so I'm gonna look up the willow tree, but this is definitely confirmation on that balancing of the emotions, and this river next to the willow tree is giving me that energy of like you really just going with the flow right now, like not questioning everything so much because you really don't have to. You're holding the wealth and you're traveling down past unknown. So it's not always going to look how it looked in the past with this Six of Forces energy, Like now is a very powerful time for you to be like very reflective of your life. There's some things of the past, some energy, some emotions that you need to reflect over in order to get better prepared for where it is that you're trying to go. And I feel like spirit's been knocking at your door with this. Like you could be very aware of the thing that you need to focus on or that you need to face. So just go ahead and do it, babes. Like it seems like that's the hard part, but no, you already did the hard part. So willow symbolism. So it represents fertility and new life, okay? So you have already stepped into this new life type of energy. It says a willow branch can be planted in the ground, and from it, a new tree will grow in its place. Its ability to grow and survive is powerfully symbolic and show how we can thrive even in challenging conditions. Because you are a diamond, baby, okay? You are literally made for like pressurized growth, okay? Like all these things that you've been through helped you to get to this level of strength. Like you have no idea how much stuff you can handle now because of the things that you've been through. Or maybe you do, I don't know. Maybe there's a need for you to like give yourself some credit for the situations that you've been through and been able to like keep your composure, or to keep your life, okay? So what's the Seven of Forces with the balance? We're doing tarot on tarot right now, okay? We got the Wheel of Fortune, okay? So as long as you're balanced, as long as you're recognizing that the possibilities are endless and really looking at yourself in this philosophical view of this way of seeing things, you will be just fine, baby. The wheel's in your favor. It's not turning out of your favor. You got the spark of divine alive and well within you. Everything's going great for you. What's the Three of Scrolls? The Strength card, okay? And there's more strength to come. Like I think he's just saying once you do this reflection, once you reflect over whatever it is, like there's a button that seems to be there, okay? Some button, where certain phrases or certain people acting a certain way really triggers you, emotionally. So you need to like put a magnifying glass on that trigger, and really be very specific about asking God to help you heal that, to get over that. That will be very powerful for you. What's the Five of Roses? So we got the Eight of Cups, okay? We got the Ace of Crystals, and we got the Warden of Wands, okay? So, I mean, I feel like now that you have come in from the cold, I don't know. First of all, I feel like you could still kind of be feeling like you're out in the cold because of all the things that you had to walk away from, But I think that this really improved you, It improved not only the way that you look, but your outlook on life. And look at her holding this branch, okay? I just told you that the willow branch, you can plant a willow branch and it will grow an entire tree. You have the ability to just grow anything that you want now. And then on the Five of Pentacles, before that, the Five of Roses is a garden, okay? You got a very green thumb. God dropped the fertility bag on you, okay? You're fertile as hell. You can grow anything that you want to. Anything you set your mind to, you can accomplish that. All of your wishes will be fulfilled, But this is the Five of Keys that says wishes fulfilled, So you have to be willing to drop off certain ways of thinking, like embrace the change. We got the Chancellor of Wands, which is that King of Wands energy, and he's looking back. He's looking back at all of the things that he's been through. No lie, like all of the cards are, are to this side, and he's looking at them and he's surrounded by this beautiful sunny energy. But I think with this cat sitting next to him, there's still something your instincts is telling you needs to be handled. And it's absolutely right. If you want to get to this next stage, if you want to experience more peace and balance and feel more comfortable in your decisions and the things that you do, baby, please do some reflection and see what kind of like limiting beliefs or what kind of emotional triggers you need to heal from at this time. And this will help you go a lot further. And also this like really increases your power when it comes to leading by example. Yeah, we got the 3 of daggers. Okay, so definitely some heartbreak here that you've been through. And I don't feel like maybe, okay, so he's saying like the 3 swords, like 3 major events like that could have happened like boom, 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 like back to back that really shook your life up. But he's saying this shakeup was necessary and there's a need for you to like change your perception on that, maybe even do some forgiving, release any resentments that you may hold, because those things holds emotion, not only emotional space in your emotional body, but they literally can cause like pains and things in your own body. You could be having chest pains, heartburn, and things like that, because I think this really is like a heart-centered wound. We got the Tower with the Queen of Forces. So you could be experiencing an emotional tower because this is what your guides really want you to look at this time. So don't freak out and feel like you're doing anything wrong or you're having an issue. This is something that Spirit is bringing to your attention so that you can increase the spark of the divine within you. Hermes wants you to call on Archangel Gabriel or Archangel Gabrielle, and have her to really boost your hope and intuition at this time. Like, don't lose any faith. Just know that you're going through a test, okay? Spirit's always going to test you and see how you're reacting to things. How much are you using the tools that we're giving to you? It's all a learning experience, baby, all of it. And you just got to find it. And it's so fun to find and discover those things and the ways that Spirit are teaching you. I mean, it's fun for me. And it can be fun for you as well. What's the 6 of Scrolls with the Sands of Time? Justice, okay? And I was hearing like all wounds are healed with time, So, and then, I feel like that's really the message. Like, you might feel like things are moving very slow, or like, maybe you're running out of time. Maybe you're a little bit older and you feel like you just don't have time to be doing all of these others, all this, you know what I mean? Like, why would I be? You feel like, okay, so you could definitely come from like an era or a family where it's like, no, we don't have time for this emotional shit, bottle it up, put it away, stuff it down, and you'll feel better, if you just keep going on over time, but Spirit's saying that's not the way, baby. You got to pull that shit up and look at it, talk about it, discuss it with whoever it needs to be discussed with so that you can squash it and you can grow and learn from that, But it's your justice that you will heal from whatever it is, you will balance out your emotions. Like, what's the 2 of Forces? The Ace of Wands, okay? So you are walking into this beautiful, passionate new beginning. He's just asking you to deal with whatever emotional traumas you could be, working with at this time so that you can have more ease, like more calm to your mind, The more empty you can keep your mind all day, the better, if I'm being quite honest, Like, you shouldn't have this nonstop tape playing in your head. That's really not healthy for you. So with this 9 of Crystals and this Ace of Cups, though, like I said, you will be successful with this, and you're already so successful already. But as this diamond energy that you are, it takes a while to get you together, like I said. So your ancestors and your guides, they're just, polishing and filing and, paying attention to the corners. They're getting you just right. So go along with what they're doing. Because there's a method to their madness. I promise you that. You are this beautiful magician, and they're ready to present you out to the world in a beautiful, special kind of way. But these conflicts of the past that are getting in the way of the way that you offer love, and not just to yourself or to people around you, the way you offer love to the divine. So it's very important for you to establish that balance and to hold on to the balance. You could be balanced in certain moments, and just when you get that trigger, just lose it. And Hermes is saying, like, no, we need you to be in a nice, smooth, steady, balanced place for as long as possible. That's how you receive as many of the downloads and help that you need. Like, your heart and your mind should be as clear as possible so that God can communicate with you through those different parts of your body. If there's too much, if it's too cloudy, if it's like dirty in there, because that's kind of what it is. It's just old debris. Like, you just got to clear it out. Maybe do some violet flame meditations or whatever to get that going for yourself. What's the Seven of Forces? Or you might not even know what it is. It could be from something very traumatic that you don't even remember. But just like I said, pray for that hope, for that intuition. Ask for, Archangel Raphael to come in and help and heal you with this. Ask Archangel Uriel to come in and help you to work out the balance of your mind, and teach you how to think more compassionately when it comes to yourself. Because I think that's a big note here also. What's the Seven of Forces and the Wheel of Fortune? So we got the law of faith, okay? It says faith allows miracles to take place. Faith is the foundation of self-success, manifestation, prayers, and decrees, So I think it is your faith that has gotten you to this place, where you are even able to achieve this balance. So don't lose it now, especially when you're just so close. Then we got the law of frequency or vibration. It says all matter in the universe vibrates at a specific frequency when connected with the higher up, So tapping into your higher self to get that higher vibration, deposited into you as much as possible. Because every time you tap into your higher self, you take on that higher self energy more and more and more until you are your higher self walking around this bitch, okay? So this is where they're trying to get you to, I think. What's the Three of Scrolls and the Strength? Okay, the law of gratitude. So giving thanks from the heart. And it says give thanks from the heart. And when you're done, energy flows from the heart and activates certain responses from other people and the universe, and that's what's coming in. Definitely this big energy of gratitude, you're going to feel so grateful that you kept your strength up, I'm hearing that line from Selena. He's like, we gotta, have plenty of frijoles and tortillas to keep our strength up for the job, okay? And so I think this is the same concept, like spirit is feeding you, okay? They're feeding you all of these frijoles and tortillas, okay, to get that energy up and to get your mind right, So don't be afraid to follow this information that's coming from, your mouth of God or your Alta Major chakra. What's the Five of Roses, the Warden of Wands, the Eight of Cups, and the Ace of Crystals? The law of healing, okay? So it says happiness and inner joy. It says happiness and inner joy cells flow with love, and the body responds by being healthy, So you could even be having, like I was saying that earlier though, like these things could be like reflecting in your body, certain pains, heartburns, and things like that, Sometimes you'll notice when you take care of your emotional wounds, your body feels so much better. Like, I feel so healthy. Like, I never been this healthy, like, in life, okay? Like, I never loved myself or have the confidence that I have right now, And I think that you're in that very same place, even with these things that you still need to work on. So keep that energy up and just know you're not doing anything wrong. You're doing it just right, okay? And so that's why it could be getting a little bit difficult, because you're being prepared. What's the Five of Keys? Okay, they are jumping too. We got the Law of Prosperity. It says, if you don't believe you deserve prosperity, then you cannot receive it, period. And so this is going under the Five of Keys with wishes fulfilled, this King of Wands and Three of Swords types of energies, you know. I think that this is the way that they want you to change your mind. You know, this is what Hermes is saying. Like, you don't believe that you deserve prosperity, but it's because of certain wounds that you have from the past. It's certain ways of thinking that someone else implanted in you, and you got to shake it off, baby. Okay, because it's not true. You are totally deserving of prosperity. You are innocent. You were walking the path that you were meant to walk in order to ignite that divine spark. So don't hold on to it and believe the nonsense of the people around you who were also asleep and didn't know any better either. And some of them weren't asleep and they did know better, and they still just tried to shit on you every chance that they got, but they don't win. They don't win. Okay? The best thing you could ever do is get your wishes fulfilled and show them that they lost. If the game was to fuck you up, I mean, you lost. I'm here to hang it up. Flat screen. Plasma. Hey, Nikki. Asthma, okay? Like, these people cannot breathe behind you. You're like, why are you healing? It's the Queen of Forces in the tower. Somebody's very dramatic, okay? The law of grace, you know. So the more you're in this energy of grace, the more that you vibrate these lower vibrational energies right up off of you, you know. It says grace is a divine dispensation of mercy. It dissolves karma, creates miracles, and changes matter, baby. So know that this tower that you could be going through or about to go through emotionally is going to change what matters to you, but also it's going to make, you know, miracles materialize into your life. It's literally going to change the matter around you, or the way that your world is looking right now. What's the Six of Scrolls and Justice? The law of faith. Again, okay, it says, faith is a quality of such high frequency that it transcends lower laws and makes the impossible possible, you know? And that's why, you know, it is your justice. Like I said, the faith that you carry is beautiful, especially after all of these things that you went through to become the diamond that you're becoming. So don't lose that faith, baby. Don't lose the hope. Know that your justice is already here, okay? It's already well known to any and everyone who ever broke your heart that you the shit. Okay, what's the Two of Forces? The Ace of Wands, the Four of Swords, the Nine of Crystals, and the Ace of Cups, the Law of Miracles, okay? It says earth equals a heavy vibe subject to the law of karma. Divine frequency dissolves and transmutes lower energies and miracles occur. And this is what, you know, he's really trying to get these miracles and wishes into you, ain't he? He's just saying, like, the more you tap into that higher vibration and release things that are heavy, that keep you low, you know, then the less you are to attract these heavy, low things, you know. When you're in that higher vibration, you become a vibrational match for everything that you want and everything that you need. So this is why it's important for you to drop that in order to activate this law of prosperity at the bottom of the deck, you know. But as long as you think, speak, act, and believe you're prosperous, then you'll impress the universe, and the universe will send you plenty, you know. And I think that you have done this, you know. I think you really are very impressive to the universe and to your guides, you know. They admire you. They admire your strength, you know, and they love you. I hear like much admiration. Like, you are great, a shining example, meant to guide a lot of others through the things that you've been through, or to be there to comfort them after they come from the places that you've come from. So it's important for you to learn how to turn your experiences into something positive and motivating for the collective, because that's the point of the lessons. What's the final thought on this, Hermes? I feel like he got kind of deep on y'all. Okay, we got the angel of strength. Perfect. And then we got deceit at the bottom of the deck, So don't be expecting this energy of deceit, Continue to take action, and just search for your door to personal healing and happiness, and everything will work out for you. And be very confident about what it is that you have to offer. And gratitude, 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 appreciate your life the way that your guides and God appreciates you. It takes a lot to make you. So much energy goes into you. Look at Archangel Gabriel, okay? So really working with Archangel Gabriel in a major way. And Archangel Gabriel in this deck represents the throat chakra. So, and then she does have like this big blue necklace on in that card too. So maybe big throat chakra upgrades coming, maybe clearing out these old ways of thinking, or these limiting beliefs that you may have about yourself, will really open up your throat chakra, and you'll start to spit that magic, baby. Okay. You got some bars to share with the world, I'm convinced. So it says personal power and inner strength. It says this amazing angel brings the news that this is a time of increasing power for you. It is not a time to be passive or submissive, but to speak your truth and take action on your own behalf. You are capable of taking greater control and directing your own destiny, for the power that comes from within reaches out to the universe and beyond. Inner strength and unlimited resourcefulness flow through you at this time, helping you to create real results. Call upon this wonderful angel and on your own inner resourcefulness to bring you the focus and resolve to do what's necessary in order to make your dreams a reality. So this is a very necessary step that you're going to need to take. Like I said, get with Archangel Gabriel and do some work with yourself. You're very angelically guided also. You got big earth angel energy, okay? The angels love you and surround you constantly. You might feel them, okay? You might get chills. You might literally feel like something just touched you, or when you're sad, you might feel like a hug, because spirit does things like this, okay? So pay attention. It says, the affirmation says, deep within me is an abiding strength that knows no bounds. I have all the power I need to achieve all that I want, So with that, I'm done. I hope you guys have a happy, fabulous, wonderful, and amazing day, okay? That you got something that you needed out of this, baby. Stay strong, and I will see you later. Bye.